Good afternoon, MetaMain Nation. I hope everyone's doing well. I just wanted to do a quick video here about sugar, added sugar. First and foremost, if we look at how much sugar is actually in our bloodstream at any given time, it only comes out to about a teaspoon of sugar or 4 grams of sugar total is in our bloodstream at any given time circulating. So think about that for a second. So if you look at a can of Coke, for example, this is very specific props, very complicated and advanced. But a can of Coke has 10 teaspoons of sugar, about 40 grams of sugar. So you only have 1 teaspoon of sugar going around your entire circulatory system, 1.2 gallons of 5 liters of blood. Okay, the human body contains approximately 5 liters of blood, and this amounts to 4 grams of sugar in the blood, which is less than a teaspoon, okay, at any given time. And the single 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola contains no fat or protein, and it's 140 calories coming from a whopping 39 grams of sugar, all right? So how much sugar can you really have all day? Well, the recommendation is all day for a woman is about 24 grams, and all day for a man is about 35 grams. I really have to learn how to write better. But the point is 24 for a woman, which is about 6 teaspoons of sugar total all day, and 35 grams for a gentleman, which is about 9 grams. So what I've done now is I've turned my attention to added sugars. Your body can metabolize a certain level of added sugars, but it can't just, if you think about 20 ounces of Coke, right? 12 ounces has, 10 teaspoons. And then you got to go with 20 ounces having close to 18 teaspoons. All right. 18 teaspoons, but your body can only have 1 teaspoon in general in your bloodstream at any given time. So you want to keep that amount of sugar level. If it goes too high, it's hyperglycemia. If it goes too low, it's hypoglycemia. So when we drink these sugar sweetened beverages, SSBs, or we have very sugary foods with added sugar, we'll get into the other sugars in a second. I mean, basically, you do have other sugars that come from your fruit, right? You can have sugars from fruit, but what it is about whole foods and whole fruits is that these sugars have fiber, and the sugar is released into your system a lot slower. But if I get this orange and I blend it, or I put it into a juicer, or even this banana, if I puree it or what have you, that becomes a processed food. Just for the fact that you puree it, it's processed. But it's still natural sugar, and it has the fiber when you're eating in its whole food form. So here you are, 5 liters of blood, 1 teaspoon of sugar, your body's regulating it. You go ahead and you slam a can of Coke, your sugar spikes up, your body says, wait a minute, we need this stuff. This is valuable. This is like pennies. We need to collect all the pennies. And then your insulin shoots up. But then you keep putting in more sugar, and then your insulin shoots up. That creates hyperinsulinemia. And insulin is a growth hormone, and it wants to put away all the sugar into spots like around your neck and on your tummy and on your arms and your butt, and it wants to store it for a rainy day. But the fact of the matter is we only need that 1 teaspoon throughout the day. So the moral of the story is we don't realize how much added sugar is in foods that seem very innocuous, like a 12-ounce can of soda. Have a little bit, it's okay. Actually, that 1 can of soda, you're way over, even if you're a gentleman, your daily allotted allowance for added sugar. So keep an eye on those added sugars. Keep them less than 24 grams if you're a woman, less than 35 if you're a man. Have the sugars in their full form with fruits. And when it comes, this is the quality of nutrition versus the quantity. In the beginning of the MetaMate program, we really talk about how many calories we're taking in to kind of get a gauge of the quantity of calories that are coming in. But as we progress in the program, we start looking at the quality of the calories coming in. So we want a quarter of those calories at least to be from protein, and a quarter of those calories to come from healthy fats, and about half of those calories, and a quarter of those calories to come from proteins, and about half of those calories to come from healthy fats. You're switching over from carbohydrates to fats. So the beginning of this short video, I promised, was about added sugar. But when you take out the added sugar, what are you going to add? Healthy fats. You don't want to do too much protein, but you don't want to overdo it with the simple sugars. So that's my little tidbit for today. Hope you guys are doing great. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Let's go, MetaMates.